If you're going to call them the Riott Squad, they have to be creating chaos.
Yeah.
They never did, bro.
Yeah, good point. Ruby Riott. Again, with Ruby Riott, wasn't necessarily a big surprise from, as far as her release. It's clear that Vince really likes Liv Morgan. I've heard that for a long time, that Vince has been high on Liv Morgan. But I mean, I just don't. When they broke up the Riott Squad and they tried to give Liv the singles push, it didn't click, and they brought him back. Personally, I didn't have an issue with Riott Squad as a tag team because their tag team division is so thin right now and it's so unenthusiastic, And to me, when I think of the Riott Squad, at least it's the tandem rockers like type of, I like to look at just tandem tag teams. The Riott Squad was a tandem tag team as opposed to like the Bounties, right? Like the Bounties look like two people, right? They just look like.
Okay, go ahead. Every time you say that,
we had to give the gimmick.
It triggers me to just do it, but go ahead.
The Bouncies just look like two pinups. You know what I mean? They just threw together. Two pretty pinups that they just threw together, right? With the Riott Squad, it kind of feels like a kind of rebel type of feel to them, and at least they could have been worked with a little bit. Ruby Riott has, to me, had some. She was really good in the ring. She had a really different look, as opposed to everybody else. And the Riott Squad could have been used in a way that was a lot better in the tag division, at least, than what they booked them to be.
Well, Chris, we talk about this all the time. They label these people with monikers, and then they don't develop the monikers. I mean, Seth Rollins has had a million monikers.
Yeah.
Oscar is the Empress of Tomorrow. I still don't know what that means. Yeah. They give him this moniker. The announcers say it over and over again, and we're, okay, that's the Empress of Tomorrow. We don't know what that means, but bro, what did the Riott Squad ever cause any riots? Bro, here's the most dangerous thing they did. The three of them came out to the ring. Liv Morgan was dyeing her tongue blue. Remember sticking out her They did nothing. To me, when I hear Riott Squad, you guys need to create chaos. And I'm talking about outside of the ring. I'm talking about backstage. I'm talking about vignettes outside of, wrestling. There was never a riot. So right off the bat, why are these girls called the Riott Squad? Because you dye your tongue blue and you stick it out. There was never a riot. Then all of a sudden you got Ruby Riott, who's got a very, very, very unique look. But then, bro, you make Shayna Baszler into a monster-looking female. You make Rhea Ripley. And now all of a sudden you've got three girls that fit in that same category. So somebody's going to be the odd man out. But again, bro, this is where I say creative letting them down. If you're going to call them the Riott Squad, they have to be creating chaos. They never did, bro.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I agree with that. Lana. See, here's the thing with Lana. Lana, again, just misused, 2.5 months, just about 2.5 months with, going through tables. And, that was definitely a rib, when Rusev or Miro went to AEW, which was super petty to me. But then they plugged her in a tag team with Naomi that really didn't catch much steam. And actually, to me, Naomi is one of my favorite female superstars in all of wrestling. Brought her a lot down. I keep saying this every week. Naomi's a merchandise magnet if she's used properly. And the Lana team, it didn't really do much for me. It didn't really click. It did actually give Lana a better showcase to show her progression in the ring, which I did appreciate. It seemed like she was trying to make the effort to, get better. But I I think the writing was on the wall to me when it came to Lana because of the Miro thing, and it just didn't seem like they were going to hold on because he signed like a 3-year deal. I think last year it was some extension. What it seemed like to me, and this painted all over to me, was they gave Lana a big money deal last year because they wanted to keep Miro. And so basically they're like, okay, well, Lana, we're going to give you a big deal too to make you feel secure. You're going to get 3 years. You're good to go. And then the table spots come along, and then the placement with Naomi. And then all of a sudden, to me, it seems like, no, I'm sorry, Lana, it's just not working. You know, we tried to do the Nia Jax thing with you. We tried to do the Royal Rumble winning thing with you. We tried to do the Naomi thing with you. That's not catching too. Sorry, we tried. And that's what it feels like with Lana after Miro, went to AEW.
Well, Chris, we got to back it up because for me, this is the saddest case. This really, to me, is the saddest case. When you look at this from the beginning, okay, first of all, bro, we have to realize, Lana was a legitimate, model before she got into wrestling. She was a model, making money in modeling, a very, very, very beautiful girl, making money in modeling. All of a sudden, her husband's in wrestling. She gets in wrestling. Bro, she's in the perfect spot with Rusev. They got Rusev is this close to being a main eventer. Bro, there was a point when they didn't bring Kurt Angle back. And if they would have brought him back for Rusev, you would have got Rusev over the hump, and he would have been a main eventer at that point. They had Lana in the perfect spot. Mm-hmm. But let's not forget what happened, Chris, because this was the beginning of the end. When they went on social media with the wedding pictures and they went outside. Bro, I know Bruce Pritchard. When stuff like that happens and Bruce sees that on his phone, bro, he is sprinting to Vince's office. That's what he does. Bro, that's when the trouble began. When they were going on social media, talking about their real relationship, getting married, pictures on the beach and all that. That's what really pissed the WWE off.
And that was during the split angle because Rusev ended up being with Summer Rae and Lana ended up being with Dolph Ziggler.
All out of
spite. They showed that,
all out of spite. That was the beginning of the end. Then we got into the Lashley thing, which was like Maria and Tony from West Side Story. This ain't going anywhere. They don't know where to go with this. But to me, here was a beautiful young girl who was a model and had a career as a model. Bro, I'm telling you, after this experience, her body is not the same. I mean, the putting her through table after table. I remember, bro, seeing footage online where she was in the back and she must have really, really hurt her ankle. And she was sucking it up, bro, fighting back the tears. It's like she had another match or something to do, and she was trying to walk and not sell. And when I looked at that, I said right then and there, they're killing this girl. And bro, she went out. She went through all these tables, everything they told her to do. She's down there training, taking bumps, trying to be a legitimate wrestler. Now they let her go. And I'm telling you, this woman's body is not the same as prior to her getting in this business. Now, bro, let's face it, I'm sure 1,000,000% you'll see her on AEW as soon as possible. Sure. But to me, this was a situation, bro, honestly, Chris, where if I was there and I saw this thing play out, and now they're releasing her, this is where I would have had a conversation with Vince McMahon. And I would have said, really, really, bro, like what? You kill this girl, you put her through tables, you bump her around in the ring, and now what? The joke's on. I would have had that conversation with Vince. Yeah. I really would. I think this is the saddest case.
Yeah. Yep. And it's really demoralizing. You know what I mean? Like you do all those weeks with putting her through a table, and then you have her go through all these hoops after, Rusev or after Miro leaves. and then at the end of the day, you let her go. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like that's really demoralizing for a talent.